Welcome to another Hillbilly Hives Live. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing pretty good, Bubby. How you doing?
Better than I deserve.
How about you,
John?
John Boy? How
Oh,
you doing?
doing good, guys. Doing great.
Good.
Good to see. Good
Yeah,
to
man.
see you.
I'm
I see.
feeling a little bit better. I'm getting over the shingles. I reckon they're about to start drying up. They still hurt a little bit, but they're going away. And I'm not sure that what I went through with my stomach and stuff wasn't just that a real bad flu that's going around. Since there's a bunch of people getting sick, and it lasts about 3 days. And that's the reason I didn't think it was the flu, because I'm like 3 days. That ain't right. But other people were having 3 days worth of sickness too. So you know,
I'm glad
Wow.
it
short
skipped me.
story.
Man,
So good to see you back early this week, buddy.
Yeah, man. That ain't no good when you can't eat.
it ain't no
You
good when
know,
the crew ain't together either.
that's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
I see we
It's
got
good
quite a
to be
few
here
in here.
tonight.
We got
We
12,
got a
12 watching
dozen.
right now. So how you guys bees doing?
Thanks, guys. I've been slacking, guys. I've been covered up this week. I got phone calls I still have yet to return, uh, and Spanky's one of them. And actually, he's going to be our guest speaker tonight in the Filament Corner. Uh,
Yeah,
So if
man.
nobody knows about Spanky yet and the Filament Corner, go check him out. He's got a YouTube channel, and he's going to come in as kind of a guest speaker tonight. I don't know if John, do you have any of his
Yeah,
content you
yeah.
want to share?
What I'll put his link up here in a little while and show everybody his page and it
Okay,
looks like he's up to like 86 subscribers now. I'm hoping we could get
Get him
folks
up
if they're
over
not
a
already
hundred.
subscribed to go
yeah,
over
because he
and
does some neat stuff, man.
maybe get him some more. We'll bring that up again later when maybe a few more people are in.
Okay, sounds
But
Want to
good.
yeah,
want to say hello to everybody out there. I probably won't get all of you, but Jim Hamby, DCBs, uh, Kodiak Farms, Lee, man, love you, brother. Appreciate all y'all coming in here tonight. And I know I'm missing some. Grams, Bees,
we got we got
Jody, howdy.
Roy's
Uh,
Homestead. We got Brad
let's see,
with the
William.
Cajun.
Yep.
If I miss any, y'all hit them for me. Yeah, and howdy, Cajun, brother Brad. Who else we got in here? Let me scroll down see if I can find any more. These Tennessee bees. Wait, I don't know who that is. That's John Boy. Let me see
Yeah,
here.
yeah, I'm here.
We got
Roy.
Tennessee
Yeah,
Tim
you
in there
said
too.
Roy's. That's the scene hill. Yeah, that's it right there. All the ones that's talking anyway. And hello to all y'all that's on here tonight talking. We love y'all too.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Don't
because
be shy. Don't
sometimes,
be shy. Yeah.
Whoa, the
sometimes I can
original
follow up with
Tennessee
that like
Tim
that.
McDaniels is here.
All right.
Tim McDaniels. Howdy, brother.
Taylor boys, good to see everybody tonight. We appreciate the
Yeah, hey,
support.
cousin Taylor's. My
Appreciate
mommy
the
was a
support.
Taylor.
Fantastic.
Yeah, man.
Let's
Who's
see.
gonna kick us off with a good little piece of talk?
Well, let's
Doors
see.
open.
All right, let's see. What about it? What about it, Houston? What about if I play your segment intro and we talk a little bit about frames?
That'll
There
work.
you go. Cause you're not tonight, my buddy.
I know the segment there said money saving tips and all that, but actually I don't have any. I'm hoping uh, the talk may stir some ideas and uh, get some people thinking about frames and some different stuff. 'Cause we got people working on the Apame hives and all these long hives, all kinds of different beehives. Of course, with the long hives, some frames have been made, but um, nobody. The Apame put out like a plastic frame, but nobody's really working on any new frames, any way to cut corners. On that
Yeah.
video I put out, Texas Beekeeper chimed in, and he gave a real good argument too about the cost, and he just used three. I think it was three supers in his tally he done, and it about breaks even to just buying them new, versus trying to make your own equipment. So they got it locked in right now where you can't actually even save any money if you make your own equipment like that. So top bar
It's
guys
hard to
kind of
make
got.
frames.
Yeah, well, if you're not set up for it, it is. If you got a, little shop and kind of got some stuff where you can do several hundred,
I got
it's
the
not too
stuff. It's
bad.
still aggravating. I mean, it's just to build. It's tedious.
Kind
You
of.
sit there, you build like 20 of these and 20 of these, and you're like 10 of these and 10 of these. You're like, golly.
And it's such a big part of what we do, man. I mean, it's 10 per box, 5 per nooks, eight frame box. You still got to have eight. So, in 10 boxes, 8 frames, that's 80 frames. It just adds up so quick. And there has to be other ways, we cut some corners on some of this. I don't even know which way to stir that, but,
I've been thinking about that too, Bubby, and I'm wondering if there not could be an alternative to plastic frames. I know they've used metal in the past. I know there's better cone. I know there's several different kinds of plastics and starters and different companies make it and stuff.
right now,
But
Apple
honestly,
it's plastic.
I could hang burlap and wax on it, and they'd build comb. They build comb on nothing. They'll build
Absolutely.
comb on anything, you know. So I'm
Well,
like
the old
you,
box hives
Houston.
were sticks, so.
There's still something we could be doing a little bit better, because sometimes when you use plastic frames, as y'all know, you get that thick, crowded comb. It stays crowded because you got all that plastic taking up that space. Versus when it's regular comb, it don't do that. Which a lot of people
Well,
like that because they can cut it
the
off when they're with their knife. But still, there's a lot of ways you can manipulate them girls when it comes to your frames. Spinning them, flip them,
right.
move them, whatever it
That's
takes.
another problem too. If you don't have any kind of rim on the frame, or no foundation or wire, you risk blowouts, and then
Right.
you'd have to,
I hate
crush and
blowouts.
screw all that. So, um, I've seen some of the, like for doing cutouts, the frames they got that's close together and hold the cutout frames.
Yeah.
Or like when you do a cutout, you got the wax, and then they'll close that up in a frame and put it in there until they get it all connected. I was wondering if maybe somebody could do something like that for, like, say, top bar hives or something, where they could just set that whole frame down in there and encase it in wire where it could be spun out, and not have, blowouts as bad and stuff. And maybe work toward like a cheaper design of a frame that might help everybody, not just the top bar guys.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
There's more to be done in beekeeping.
has
Everything,
to
if
be,
you
man.
notice, we're doing the same thing we've been doing for
100
hundreds of
years.
years. I think back, I mean, the only difference is, some had bee gums, or the horizontals or whatever. But for the most part,
Right.
and as far back as I can remember, anyway, Papa was one of the first ones to go Langstroth. He had 6 of them. But
Did he
I was
run the
counting
gum
back the
too?
other day, my generations. Thos Dooley, Thos, came over into America from Ireland in 1598 and homesteaded. And everyone was a homesteader all the way up to my grandfather, or my great grandfather. I showed y'all in the picture. And he actually had took a loan out against his homestead and actually lists all the stuff he had, his chickens and his bees and everything.
That's
So
cool records to
I
have.
have documentation that says that I've got 500 years of American beekeeping behind me. And I thought that was awesome. But you know what? It don't make me no better or no smarter than anybody, because I'm still just as dumb as the next one.
Well, I heard Randy Oliver say it. That he could go his whole lifetime and still never learn, everything about bees. And
Amen. You can't.
I read an old book. It was about 100 years old, and the guy in the book was saying the exact same thing that Randy Oliver was saying. And there's, like, we're just talking about one topic here, but if we open the chat up, we would get however many people's in there, 12 or 15.
Yeah, we'll be
Everybody,
bombarded in a little bit.
Yeah,
there
we
would
got
be
20.
some
We got 22 right
overlap.
now.
There'd be some overlap.
Bob Benny said something similar to Greg. Also, when Greg asked him, when did you really feel like you had it figured out? And he turned around and said, there's still some days that I don't have it figured out.
Right.
40 years in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think we can learn from everybody. That's what I like about this chat and all the other bee chats that are going on. The Stream Team, Bob and Lee. You know, and then you guys mentioned somebody new coming out with another chat. Who was that?
Southwest Ohio, Tim,
Okay.
Southwest Ohio
Yeah,
Bees, Tim. He
he's
did one yesterday, and I think he may be having another one coming up.
he's
Okay.
doing lives now, so everybody check him out. Southwest Ohio Bees Tim. He's cool
And I know
dude.
Bruce, you know, said that, you know, the market here, whatever our genre is getting crowded, but I can only see positive things with that. You know, the more people that are looking our way, and uh, you know, when they come out with that bee scare, you know, all the bees are dying everywhere. Now they're saying just the opposite, you know, but that put a lot of attention, and a lot of people that are not beekeepers wanted to help the bees, you know, and I think
A lot of
the
people are
same.
still ignorant to that fact, Houston. You're exactly
Well,
right. They don't.
but you know, I still that turns a lot of people that normally wouldn't think about bees toward bees. So I think it's a good
Yeah,
thing.
they look at a beekeeper like you're the guardian of the earth or something. You know. Oh, you
But
keep bees? That's great.
When
hey,
I
you
realized
Bruce,
when I realized that more feral colonies die in the winter than beekeepers colonies on average, it kind of opened my eyes to the benefit that
right?
beekeepers actually have.
And
More
I use
so,
Yeah.
Bruce as analogy there, but he might know something else too that I'm not seeing in that too. So, um, but from my point of view, I think it's a good thing. So, uh, but that's what makes beekeeping so cool. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody adds to the mix. So that
well,
that that
yeah,
that's
and,
what I think.
and there seems to be space for it because a lot of people come and want to listen in, and it seems like most
It,
any night of the week, I would say you would have a crowd of people wanting to talk about their bees.
it's a very
Right.
odd thing, actually. I mean, I've thought about it. I mean, to have so many like-minded people coming together. I mean, we may have different ideas about things, but we're all about
Right.
the bees, the wax, and the honey, and the money. That's what everybody's in it for, one or the
Right.
other of them. And
The trade. Yep.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and I love just being able to provide honey from a family. Bob says he's gone under a swarm, son.
If he
Hope you
gets it,
get them,
if he,
Bubby.
if he gets it, maybe he can live in when he gets there.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I mean, we'll
Yeah,
put
just
you out
live
there, Bob.
in, Bob. Show us what you got going on. Nobody's ever done that before. We'll be the first. Swarm Catch Live with Bob Walker and Hillbilly Hives Live.
Yeah, yeah, it might go viral like Yappies.
Yeah, yeah. I done had a viral, so I don't want another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all
Good.
a story. This is a good
Let's
story right here.
hear it, Earl.
There was this there was this old man long time ago.
That's right, Tim.
He had to plow with a old mule he had. It was about wore out. And every year he'd raise him up a garden, collect his produce, and he'd work his bees, and he'd get his honey. He'd load it up on the wagon. He'd go into town, and he'd sell it all, and come back, put it in savings, just enough to barely scrape by till the next year, do it again. He wanted to save up enough money so that he could go and get him a big old work giant horse, one of the big Morgan horses or something that could really pull a plow instead of that broke down old mule. And so years went by, and finally the day come. He saved up enough money, and he took his old mule and all his produce and honey, and he headed off into town. Well, on the way to town, there was a fence line, and down that fence line trail, you could look over and see a house and the old man sitting on the porch in a rocking chair, smoking a pipe. And they hollered howdy to one another. And the old man says, "What you doing?" He said, "Buddy," he said, "I've waited my whole life for this moment." He said, "I finally saved up enough money. I finally worked and got it lined out. I'm going to go into town, sell this produce, trade this mule, and I'm going to come back with a Morgan horse or something better that I can plow twice as much and make twice as much money so that I can live better." He says, "Well, that sounds like a pretty good idea." He says, "Well, I hope so." He said, well, old man told him, said, "Well, you have a good day, and I hope everything works out for you, God willing." And the farmer hollered back at him kind of mean and said, "No, no, by God, It ain't got nothing to do with God willing. He said, I'm the one done the work. I'm the one took care of this old raggedy mule and made the produce and done it. He said, so, it ain't God willing. I'm the man done it. I'm the old man. I did it. The old man said, well, all righty then. You have a good trip and I'll see you later, God willing. And the farmer went on the way mumbling about, tell me, God willing, I'm the one that did this, he said. So it was about 2.5, 3 days later. That same farmer come walking by that fence line trail again. And the old man spied him and said, howdy. And old farmer was kind of reluctant, but he said, howdy. He said, well, where's your big horse at? I thought you was going to get you a horse. He said, well, on my way to town. He said, I got jumped by some bandits. They beat me up pretty bad. Took my money, took my horse, or took my mule and my produce. He said, they left me with nothing. He said, it took me a day just to get to where I could start walking again and come back this way. He said, Lord of mercy, that's horrible. What are you going to do now? The farmer said, well, I'm going to go to the house, God willing.
That changed his prayer life, didn't it?
Yeah.
I bet it did. That's no joke my grandfather told me. I just thought I'd tell it. Tell no papaw joke,
I like it.
Yeah, I bet you could just see him when you were retelling it, Daryl.
Yeah, I was seeing him. You're right.
Yeah, some
Just
of
like
those
he told it to me.
some of those little stories my grandpa told me were really.
Guys, have you all noticed the news? England is on fire. I mean, burning, burning, burning. Hey, Phil from Fermanagh, I say, Phil from Fermanagh.
Yeah,
Or
he's in here. I
is
saw
Ireland
him.
on fire, brother? Is Ireland on fire? Because
Northern Ireland.
England,
Northern Ireland.
England's burning down. Yeah, Northern Ireland. I'm sorry. Not Ireland, the country below you, was North Ireland, but Northern Ireland, which is a part of the UK, the English. Yeah, Northern Ireland, Philip from UK. Yeah. Tell us, are you burning down? Where's the fires at? Have y'all seen anything on it?
I try not to watch the news, man. I got enough bad news coming my way this week.
Well, it popped
I
up
did
on
get some
YouTube,
good
man.
stuff.
It talked about all these farmlands burning and everything and people losing everything. First thing I thought of was, the beekeepers. Then I thought about Australia down there. They're flooding out. And in the middle
And
of
the
the flooding, they're trying to fight Varroa.
Well, speaking of flood, you guys, we got hit with a flash one last night. What about y'all?
No, we're good here.
I didn't get the flooding, but I got the thunder off of it in the storm
Yeah.
real bad.
I sure heard the thunder.
Crazy hard rain, and
It thundered all night long.
we need a little bit more. We've had a little bit. Actually, we've got some white clovers blooming again here. Thank goodness.
Yeah, thank God for that. And the mimosa's still going good. And as far as I know, the sourwood booms ain't fell off yet.
No, mine hadn't either. But I'm just kind of
Which is
wondering how
odd.
long.
Yeah. It's been almost 4 weeks, ain't it? That's odd.
But I didn't check the day after that hard rain. I bet it beat them off.
Yeah,
but you know what?
Rain probably took care of some.
Sumac's already starting to come in. Several other wildflowers. We still got asters coming, helianthus, and we've got all our goldenrods. There's several different kinds of goldenrods.
Yeah, the bees are bringing in pollen. They were bringing in some yellow pollen.
So we're going to be all right. I think that might be coming off of that winged sumac. I might have that wrong, but I think the winged sumac comes first, but I'm not sure. And elderberry, it's in right now too. Elderberry.
Yeah, I've got to learn some of those minor ones. I guess those would be minor sources for me here.
I like to know what everything is out there to know that they ain't hungry. And I've got sugar on mine. I keep it on them. I don't care what anybody says. I'm a family beekeeper. I don't sell it, so I can do what I want because I'm the one eating it.
That's sure.
So I put my sugar on there, and I can notice how much they eat and take. Right. On the rainy days, which it ain't a lot, but they do take some. It's there, so they do want it, need it, or they wouldn't be taking it. They don't eat it all down, but it does slowly drop a 1/4 inch every day, so to speak, in my rapid rounds.
Right. Jim says he's wanting to plant some mimosa trees Where do you buy those at, Earl?
I'm not sure exactly where to buy trees from. Yeah, I do too.
They grow
There's a
wild. They
there's
grow
a
wild around here.
website. There's a website called fastgrowingtrees.com.
I see
Fast
that one. Yeah, yeah.
fastgrowingtrees.com. You can get any tree you want. They'll send them to you, and they've babied them, took care of them, miracle growed them up, and they grow like crazy when you get them.
Nice. Hey, Earl, we're coming up on a little after 20 minutes. How about, hey, you ready for your segment, Earl?
Oh, I'm always ready, baby. Roll that beautiful, beautiful hillbilly footage. Woo, how's everybody doing? Hillbilly Earl here with you, Hillbilly Hives, and I'm dying to talk about the small hive beetle. I want to tell you everything I know about the small hive beetle, guys. Small hive beetle has three instars or different developments in its young age, and they know for a fact it can fly up to 9 to 10 miles. And the scent that it goes for is the distress or the anger pheromones or the sting pheromones, the alarm pheromones that's given off to weaker, smaller, or sad hives. I think the peppermint masked that, and I think that when they store it and feed it to them, they know what they're doing and it runs them off. They don't want to be anywhere around that peppermint. And when you talk about larvae, Dr. Jamie Ellis came in to work one morning, and when he walked up to where the building the University of Florida is, there was a line coming out the corridor and out into the parking lot. It went through the lobby, it went up the stairs, down the hallway, into his laboratory, and out of his small hive beetle trays. That's how far they went as a larva. That thing crawled all that way out, following, I imagine now, the footprints were dirty as people walked in and faded as they got through. So I imagine they followed those footprints and smelt that dirt and went to the strongest smelling dirt they could find, which is out the door, and then out to safety in the ground. And not only that, proven fact by Dr. Jamie Ellis and another lady that just appeared on Beekeeping Today podcast, and that is they don't have to have honeybees. They can live on fruit, bananas, apples, pears, persimmons, pawpaws, anything real fruity. They can lay eggs and hatch it. They lay the eggs in the cracks
before like that. So
that's why when I burn my boxes, I burn those cracks hard. Jamie Ellis recommends you take and caulk them up. The cracks is where they're going to lay their eggs, and the larvae is going to hatch out and come out and do what they want to do. That's one
why
reason
the bees propolis it like they do.
Yeah, and that's why I don't like those in frame feeders, because you got that space over there behind it that they can hide and lay eggs. And I don't know how many times I've dug larvae out of those feeders when I emptied them and stuff. And I just got tired of that. So
I've had good luck with those myself. But I guess it depends on the strength of the hive.
Yeah, it does. It does depend. A good healthy hive, everybody knows you don't have to worry about a good healthy hive. But here's the key to tonight's success, and that is, how do you get a good healthy hive? Every hive ain't, or they would they'd be performing. So we use essential oils, we use peppermint candy, stuff that has been known and proven to work without harm to the bees, without affecting the honey. I mean, come on, smoke affects the taste of the honey. And we don't want to even worry about peppermint because it doesn't.
I
Not
got
only that,
some my
pep,
second
pep,
year.
yeah.
Smoked honey. I
And,
smoked them.
and the peppermint does not match any known pheromone that a honeybee has. It's one of the few things that they don't have any of the sense of a honeybee. And so when the hive is stressed or in its weak, those alarm pheromones are picked up by that hive beetle, and they can fly 9 to 10 miles to it, and they can crawl across your concrete, your plastic, whatever you put down, except for diatomaceous earth, unless it's wet, and then they can crawl through that and still make it. So you have to have preparations for the ground. Now myself, I use rove beetles. I know I'm not talking a lot about it, but if you
what
go
what
to
do you
my
what
past
what'd you call
videos,
what'd you call it, Earl?
I'll tell you again. When I go to my past videos, and you'll notice I talked about Arbico, IPM, the book,
Yeah,
the magazine.
yeah.
You can order nematodes or whatever you want out of there.
Yeah.
I fell in love with a little bug called a rove beetle, ROVE beetle. And I bought me 2 canisters of them. It cost me a little over $100 a piece. I put them in every flower pot around my bees, under the porch and around it. Uh, and that was my way of defending my grounds. And then I used my peppermints and just try to keep my hive nice and tight. Don't give weak bees a lot of room. You know what I mean? Give them the room they
Right,
need, but don't give them too much room. You can't give them
right.
not enough. There's a balance in there that you got to find between too much and not enough. You got to find that and learn it. Each bee's different. Every location's different. So for you, your hive and where you're at, these are things you have to learn and figure out so that you can better battle the bugs. But I can tell you this much: if you're using peppermints, you already know, can't nobody tell you different, that peppermint works. You already know how it's doing.
Right.
If you keep doing your oxalic acids, your formic acids, keep your beetle traps in your hive, going about your day like the peppermints don't exist, and the next thing you know, you'll be pest free. They won't come back.
It's that
I have
time
three.
too for the mite treatments.
I got 3 hives right now, and I don't care if uh, Greg Burns himself came down here. I'd let him take a wash test, and he'd see for himself. Study my bottom boards, look at my bees, flick open uh, my brood, uh, my drones. Look, you ain't gonna find them because I've worked too hard, starting out small and making another one that's just like it. And I've got 3 hives right now. I don't know how many I'll go up to in the apiary at Clinchco, but I can tell you up here at the house, I don't want more than 1 or 2. So, but I know my bees are healthy. I watch them. Their colors are vibrant. They're they're vicious protectors of the hive. I mean, I sent you two that video when they took that wasper out.
Yeah.
I was just laughing too hard, or I'd have put that on as a video. But that's what me and my papa used to do. We would sit there and watch all them hives, and when a wasper or a hornet would come, that's what we was waiting on right there. And then we'd be like, get him like a boxing match. And when them bees would kill it, we'd be like, ah, ha, 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 ha. And so it reminded me so much of Papa Dooley
The
and them
home team.
bees and sitting with him, doing that. And uh,
You, you
beekeeping's
know,
a magical experience, or no, I shouldn't say magical. Beekeeping is a spiritual experience, whether you think it is or not. If it wasn't, why are you hooked on it? Why can't you quit it? Why do you find that you have to look in that hive? Why is it you just sometimes have to have a bite of honey? I
yeah.
don't know. I just got to have a spoonful. My honey level's lower. So why are we like that? Nobody else is.
It's my church pretty much, man. I'm the same way. I
That is
go
exactly right.
to
So
the
my
yard.
point being, in healthy
Yeah.
bees, is planning, knowing that these beetles are way worse than you ever imagined. They can lay up to 30 eggs at a time. They can lay them in any crack.
And that's just a few, right, Earl?
That's right. That's right. One beetle can lay 30 eggs. You get a bunch of beetles in there laying 30 eggs. It's easy to
Right.
see how a slime out can take place because the
Quickly.
eggs are going to come from droppings in the bottom, low feeders that have ran out that have dead bees, or cracks behind those things or in the corners of the hives. Those little maggots, and that's what they are. They're maggots. Bees have grubs. They're
Yeah,
pretty.
even rotten equipment, they got little
Them
holes they
other
can get up in
other
there.
bugs I don't like have maggots. So the maggots get all over your stuff. And if
Right.
sometimes your bees can flip them down into the diatomaceous earth if it's just one ballot or whatever, but
Hey,
you
look
get
who
3 or 4 in there, they can't handle that many maggots crawling around eating. And
look
then
who
when as soon as they get good and slimed, here comes their best friend, Mr. Wax Moth. Hey, I heard you found us a place and they have a big party. They kill your bees and eat everything.
yeah. Yeah, Roy's
You
got a
see
good
Roy.
question there. Hey, we got hey, guess who's here? We got Spanky, our special guest has arrived. All
Yes,
right, all right.
sir.
Add him in,
I do
Spanky.
peppermint candy, but what about food grade essential peppermint oil in the cracks?
I
Sir,
wondered about that
Roy,
too, Earl.
I've thought about it, but I've never done it. I've only ever used the Starlight candies. I crush them up. I've seen them melt and run down the cracks in the corners. I've thought about trying to copy that, but if you could learn the balance of peppermint oil and know the parts per million to where you wouldn't go over to where it starts becoming semi-lethal to
Right.
some of the weaker bees. You know what I'm saying? It will eventually. When you get up to 5,000 parts per million, it can become deadly. So pure peppermint can kill them. But mixed in food, I can measure a Starlight candy. I know it's 10 parts per million, and it would take 500 pieces to overdose them. So I know I can't overdose them with that method. And when it comes to my patties, I can feed a 10-pound patty if I roll it up in um, peppermint candy uh, crumbs and coat it real good. You can feed as much protein patty as you want, pollen patty. They will not go to it if it's got that in there. And hello, Filament Corner,
Yeah.
Spanky, good friend of ours. Glad to have you on. Tell us a little bit about your channel, Spanky, and who you are.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you, Spanky.
All right. I got a question for Earl. When did you start making merchandise? I see you got yourself on a shirt there.
Uncle Si and Earl do look a lot alike, don't they?
That's funny, ain't it? I never noticed that. Looking at me on TV, I kind of see what you're saying. I kind of got that side look, don't I? I'm
He don't
crazy
have as
too,
much gray.
so
He don't have as much gray as does he?
I like to make as much money as Uncle Si's made. That'd be a good deal.
Yeah.
No, this is my uncle. This is Jeff. You didn't know that? I'm just kidding.
Here's everybody's. Hey, everybody. Here's Spanky's channel, the Filament Corner. If you're not already subscribed, go over and check Spanky's channel out. Subscribe. Let's see if we can get him over 100. Everybody here may know Spanky,
Yeah.
maybe subscribed already, but if you're not, check him out.
Please
But yeah,
subscribe, watch his videos, and like him. He's a great guy. He's got a good heart. He's soft spoken and gentle, humble. He's just a great guy to be around, talk to. And from what I've seen, he gives generously as well. And his mommy's pretty. Did I say that out loud? Oops.
So how long you been beekeeping?
Strike that last remark, Judge. Strike that last remark.
This is my 4th year.
Awesome.
4th year.
Good deal.
Yeah,
Good
I
deal.
need to
you
put
guys-
up some videos, but
Hey,
You
even
guys
though my
will make
family
this up.
raised them for generations, I've only had bees myself for the past 3 years.
You guys make soap too, right, Spanky?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
yes.
my mom, she does all kinds of stuff.
Soaps,
Have
and
you
then
put up?
you do a lot of the 3D printing as well, don't you, Spanky?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Have you put up any
Well, you
videos
did.
on that?
like a spray paint can dispenser handle.
Oh yeah, that thing's been a
That's an
double-edged
old.
sword.
Yeah.
I made that thing in 5 minutes for somebody on a Facebook group, and I still have people that go on there. I made it and it broke, and I wrote in the comments, "Hey, the way you print it out, it's going to be weak in this spot."
Yeah. Yeah.
I made it for somebody in 5 minutes. I've even had people say I faked that video using it.
Hey,
Well, if I dyed my beard
Jim's
white, I
tough
wouldn't
because
have
you got a
done
beard, Spanky. Awesome. Good deal, buddy. But hey, tell us some of the other cool projects you're working on.
I'm working on all different kinds of stuff.
it. I
Yeah,
know
you
you
make
got something new, secretive, Spanky. You got a high intelligence level, I can tell, because I've seen some of your products and the thought and time it takes to get into them and do them. So tell me the truth. What are you cooking up right now that you got secret about the pop? I know it's something. I know you got something.
Well,
yeah.
I've been working on stuff for years. Well, I need to get me a website going.
You make them little hives like Brian does too, don't you? You make almost
Yeah.
anything. Let's
Yeah.
see one of them bad boys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Move it up a little closer, Spanky. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, put
Nice
it in
looking
front of
hives. Yeah. Show us the frames too, buddy.
I ain't got none of those on me.
Oh no. Okay. Well, anyway,
I
you
was
cool.
I went
Good
to
looking
make
frame.
some. I run out of the wood that I used for the ones I sent out to Bob and them. I
Yeah.
got a different roll. Oh my, that stuff was a nightmare. I ended up having to take the nozzle off of my printer and hit it with a blowtorch.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm
You was
having to
panicking.
I'm having to order some new filament that's not going to mess up like that.
And
Well, that's
how many
good, dude.
hives you got, Spanky? That's what Cajun was asking.
Right now, I've only got the one hive because the other big hive, the one at my head's in front of, they either swarmed or they had a queen event and they didn't properly requeen. But I went through and before my other hive swarmed, my Saskatraz hive, I took and I made 3 little 2-frame nukes off of it. And I found some capped queen cells in those. And I found some emergency cells in the big hive. And I couldn't find the queen anywhere. So she's either in one of those little boxes or she swarmed off. But I'm hoping with all the queen cells that at least one will come back. I have a hard
Some
time
of
getting queens.
some of them are acrobats, man. They'll jump frames on you. You'll pick one up, they'll go to another one, and you it's hard to get to them sometimes. Some of them are slick,
They are.
and when they're young like that, and they right before they breed, they're lightning fast. It's hard to spot them. After they breed, I can spot them pretty good though.
Good deal.
Have you
Yeah.
posted the
Lee
link
said
yet,
he's got.
John?
What was that?
Do
What was
what?
I asked if you'd posted the link yet.
I did. Yeah. Bob said he has bees and he wanted to know where the link was. I threw it up.
Yeah, get in here, Bob. Show us what's going on, brother.
Yeah. I
Lee
thought that
said
was.
he had his hive from Spanky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. And
Tennessee.
I sent him a text to bring it on if he can come in.
Yeah,
I thought
that.
that was him for a minute. That's you, John. A lot of
Yeah. Thank
Tennessee
you for popping it up.
beekeepers.
That
Who's that crazy guy? You need to
Got
double
Do
back.
what?
Caitlin, he see
Somebody
bees.
holler at
You're
me.
bees. Uh,
Yeah, all three of. Hey, I noticed all four of us
see
looked
bees.
around when I said that.
Yeah, somebody holler at me.
Yeah.
Larimore
So
said you
what's
couldn't trust a man without a beard. And then he said, sorry,
uh,
Houston.
so what's going to go on new with you, Spanky? I know you're working on all kinds of different projects. So what are you looking at new, or are you just working on tying up loose ends? Or I know you
Well,
got an accident, hurt yourself, so
yeah,
that's affecting things.
I'm trying to finish up this one video. I've got it on. I got it shared. right there.
You want to play it, John?
Move this, and now
Let's
we
see.
start
Let's see.
the
Spanky can. He's got control there of
peppermints.
it.
I'll be quiet.
Right here.
What?
Oh, I see what he's doing.
Take the peppermint. I've already pre-cracked these suckers.
That's right.
Put it right there.
Yeah. I'm not seeing any beetles.
That was the first hive inspection.
There you go.
But I tell you, that stuff's been a lifesaver for a lot of people this year.
Yes.
Ain't it?
It
Old
has, man.
Casby's helped so many people, and you know he's passed on. He don't even know he's
I'm
doing it.
gonna go grab that other box. Stick it.
Yeah, maybe he does, Earl.
Maybe he sees it. Yeah.
If he's not enjoying himself too much otherwise, he probably is.
You know, and a lot of people are saying, well, they're not this bad this year. But I tell you, the ones I didn't put peppermint in, I got beetles in those hives just as bad as I always do. So I don't
But
know
if I slip up,
Yes.
it don't take 3 days, and they'll come, won't they, Houston?
Yeah, they sure do, man. And so
Yeah, there's-
I have to say they're helping me.
There's beetles in the yard, and I've got to remember to put the peppermints in every single time, or I'll have a few next time I go back.
Right,
Yeah,
I
man.
forget a lot where it's a new treatment. You know, I forget.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
I
If you
always
like-
make sure I
you
got them
like-
now.
If you like to feed pollen patties, the peppermint oil or 1 teaspoon and 5 pounds is what I used, or crushed up
And
peppermint.
it worked good for you, didn't it, Johnny?
Oh man, it's working like magic, girl. I don't have to get back in 5 days if I can't.
What's
Yeah,
that
there's one in
recipe again?
boxes.
I just use 1 teaspoon of pure peppermint oil, and it's Cayman's old recipe. That's 5.25 pounds. Where you use vegetable oil, because I don't
Yeah.
have any of that. I don't have any of that Pro Sweet. I think there's a better recipe that you can use Pro Sweet, but I have to
Yeah.
use the old recipe, and I just put 1 teaspoon in it.
That
Uh-oh.
looked good, Spanky. Where'd you go?
He's
I'm
still with
still
us.
on
He's
here.
just
He's still
Yeah.
okay. I see. He
Yeah.
knows how to disappear for a minute. Tell us how'd you do that, Spanky? I may want to do it.
I just hit that stop camera button.
Oh, okay, I see. I figured it would just make your screen go black, but it actually hid you.
where I'm on a
Yeah.
cell phone. It does different. It takes
I like
know
that,
it's-
Spanky.
kind of
Oh,
way
it
too.
takes
So
away now.
must have changed it because it would put you in black.
Yeah, that's in resource boxes.
Those
Oh,
are the ones I like. You
Yeah.
gave Bob one of those, didn't you, Spanky?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm running out of white filament, so I'm having to do some of it in other colors.
So that's where your site name.
Everything in my yard's a different color.
You call it filament. Is that what you use, Spanky?
Yeah.
I'm ignorant about all this.
Yeah, you use filament for your 3D printers. Or at least
Hence
those.
is on them, John. The
Have
filament
you
corn.
ever seen?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that Russian guy? He takes that pop bottle and shreds it into
Oh,
little
yeah.
long strips, and he uses it for filament.
Yeah, I've
Think-
seen that one.
Do you think it would work like that, really? I mean, or do you have something else?
No, you can do that. A lot of times, if they're recycling plastic, they'll throw some virgin plastic in. Even
Maybe
the
you can.
Do what, buddy?
even the virgin, even the like the material. This is PLA, so it's a what's the word? Pretty certain it's thermoplastic. So it can be melted and reformed, but even then, it degrades over time like everything. So whenever they're recycling plastics, they're probably more than likely adding in some virgin material.
Make it
Maybe
more
you could
solid.
start working on some frames for us, Spanky. Come up with a new design. We was talking about that
I've got an
earlier.
idea. I need to see if it can be made in wood and see if it's something that can be patented.
Spanky, do you ever remember seeing? It's like you could buy these things. It was like a plastic framework that you could put a ball cap in, and then you could like wash it in the dishwasher then inside that plastic framework, and then it would hold its form. You would leave it in that until it dried. And I was thinking, you Houston and I were talking the other day, and I was thinking, could you do something like that out of plastic and use just the cheap top bar frames? But then when you went to harvest the honey, have something like that that would snap around it, plastic that then you could spin in the comb and
Protect
it
the
wouldn't
comb,
damage the
yeah.
comb.
Oh, I get you. Oh yeah, that would just be. You could do that for any kind of frame. You would just have to have, and that's the biggest problem with trying to do anything commercial wise for like a long hive is you need a standardized dimensional set that everybody follows because the Langstroth has a dimensional set that most people follow.
Right.
So that
Yeah,
way your equipment's cross compatible.
I
sure.
done that with
And
my top bar frames. That way I could set them over in my Langstroth boxes.
and
And it's hell.
whenever you don't have that and you just have Billy over here turning out some in his garage, and then you got Phil across town doing some.
Right.
But his bars don't fit in Billy's boxes. It becomes hard to do a mass
Right.
produced item that would go around all those different designs.
Right. A lot of people's working on boxes, like I said. Uh, they're all based on the Langstroth, other than the deep long hives and stuff. They got a different frame size, but for the most part, Langstroth is the standard. So a person would have to design if he wanted to mass produce, like you said, around that 19 inches.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
you
And
just you,
and,
you
and in
just
my
have
opinion, if
to.
they do it kind of wonky, it might mash it. I guess you'd have to have like cross bars pretty frequently or whatever
You
you
would
call it. Cross.
either
Yeah.
you would either have to get somebody to create a design, put it out there, have it become so popular that it's the main design, or you would have to, instead of doing that, create a machine that could take all those different designs.
Well, if it was, cost effective and pretty popular, a lot of people would make a switch. Even maybe have some kind of filler piece that, went with the Langstroth or something. If it was, say, smaller design or something that you could use a shorter print, or something.
Hey, Bob just posted that we missed the live. I posted the link. Maybe he meant for me to email it. I figured he was on his phone out there at the swarm.
No, he has
He,
to have everything emailed.
Oh, even when he's out there live.
Well, I think that's just how he gets on it.
Oh, he said he never saw the link. Yeah,
Oh,
I posted it 2 or 3 times, and Houston has a couple times. Right, actually, immediately right after he said it.
well, get on it now, Bob. Let's talk.
He
Let's see
said,
what
"Yeah,
it's all about.
said we missed it."
We finally figured out what filament corner means.
Roy,
Yeah,
I've seen some of the
that's
Russian
what I
guys.
figured when he said film, and I thought, well, that's where he got the name of his side, and I didn't
I
realize
thought the
that you
same thing.
bought filament.
Me and
Yeah,
John was talking earlier about apitherapy, and I was telling him about Bob Benny's video where he got stung, so many times with the apitherapy. And I said that because Roy's comment, he was talking about putting a little building up, make a walk-in beehive. They've got them over there like singles, and they say 6 hives is how many hives it takes to be the perfect number of bees for it to have healing properties when you sleep with the bees, or like Leo brought that style from Russia, Dr. Leo, where you go and sleep with the bees. And if you watch some of those Russian guys, it's 6 hives, and they say that's they give the number, however many bees that's supposed to be. And then like if it's for 2 people, it'd be 12 hives, and it just keeps doubling. Uh, yeah, I'd love to have one of them, a shed or something like that to convert myself. So if you
yeah,
do that, Roy, share it with us, put out a video, and let everybody see how you done it.
yeah.
That'd be cool. Sure
And
would.
I'm curious about all the apitherapy myself. I know because I've got arthritis in my hands and stuff. And, I did have one sting this season, and it for 2 or 3 days I didn't have any arthritis. So it got me thinking more on apitherapy. And
I took 12 stings on account of them shingles, and I swear by it. I was way worse off before, but after the stings, that's when it started healing up. So I'm giving credit to the stings
when
and
I
the good
quit
Lord.
wearing gloves, I kind of changed the way I move, and I just don't hardly get stung, man. And
Yeah.
you
And
know,
when you
and the
do, it don't
stuff
bother you. You just shake it off.
right, but I'm saying I find it less and less, and I think it's actually not a good thing to not be stung. Handling all the venom, on stuff, and I think it can make you allergic.
It might
Yeah.
can. Some people do get allergic over time. Kim Flodham is he started out wasn't allergic, then he got allergic. He had to go get them treatments, but after he took them treatments and stuff, he turned out it didn't bother him no more again.
Yeah, I'd like to learn more about it because, I'd say there's a certain number you can take, and it makes you sick, and then a certain number, where there's probably a fine line in there. What's healthy and what's not healthy. And you probably would get a tolerance just like with anything else. So the further you was in your treatment, you'd probably have to have more and more stings. So
Yeah. Yeah. Just you'll hear some people say it just could be that very next sting, no matter how many times you've been stung.
right, right. I've heard that.
That's me doing that, Johnny.
Yeah. I definitely can speak from personal experience. Taking 3 stings in my left hand has made my left hand have better range, better motion, and less pain, and some arthritis I've got than I've had in years. But when that storm rolled through last night, oh man, it was hurting like crazy.
Right back, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. But it feels back pretty decent again today. Like you know. So I guess I need to get stung again.
I think it's beneficial myself. I believe it with all my heart and soul. And I don't know, maybe that's just a mental thing, but it helps with my arthritis, just like y'all talking about. It helps with the shingles that was going up my back and around my waist. It's beneficial. It has to be. The healing properties of it, but there can be a limit. You get overstung, like Houston talks about, when you just do it too much, and then you get sick from it. But
Right.
just the right amount every now and then, I think does you good a little. But
Didn't Bob Benny do a video
he sure did. He sure did.
on angles?
He yeah
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Houston was talking about that, and I recall seeing that a while back.
I thought about copying him, but I didn't want to make a video like that because man, that stuff's gross looking. It looked like a leopard or something, man. My back did.
I guess, yeah. Oh, that stuff's really dark red looking in it.
Oh God, it ain't right, man. It hurts. It itches
Yeah,
and hurts. It says
yeah.
itch and it says scratch me, and you touch it and you go ah.
Oh,
Why'd I do that?
very painful.
It really is, man. It really is. It's horrible.
Hey, there he is back.
That's life,
Sorry,
though. It's life.
guys. Hope I didn't end the chat.
No, every time somebody leaves, I get nervous. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
and I
Did
always
he cut us off? Did he cut us off?
I always forget to tell everybody if something happens and we accidentally end the broadcast because it has happened before a couple hours before we're a couple hours in. Please, we'll be right back up. Good Lord willing.
That's right. We're learning, ain't we?
Yeah. Oh man, thanks to Bob and Lee. Yeah. Lee's
Yeah.
gonna be. Hey, as a matter of fact, Lee's gonna be able to come in here. He said he can come in just a few minutes here in just a little while, and I think he's gonna bring one of Spanky's hives with him, where we can take a close look at those frames.
That's cool right there. Sarah, 3 boys, Roy, get in here. Get in
Yeah.
here and
3
talk to us
boys.
a minute. We ain't
Stings.
nobody.
Stings do help now. So that hive you got there might be a healing miracle.
And man, there's something to be said about them going out there, eating all these different kinds of pollens and carbohydrates and sugars and amino acids from all these different places, and then they come and sting you and put some of it in you. It
Well,
has to be from some of that, or they wouldn't have got it.
they don't even have to sting you to get some benefits now. They got a thing over there now. that they're breathing just um, the scents and everything coming off the hive. And I know there's a video on YouTube that describes this apparatus this guy made to go on top of the beehive. It's some kind of fan thing with a medical mask where you breathe. He's just borrowing it from the European guys and the Russian guys, what they're doing. But the guy that he set it up for in that video had a tumor in his lung. And it after a while, I forget he gives the time frame and all that in that video, but cured the guy's tumor, and it's all in just the vapors and the flora and everything coming off the hive. And I think it was like 15 minutes a day you use that, breathing in that. So not just the
Tim
venom.
Tim McDaniel said that very smell saved his life. So
I was just
it's
thinking
untelling,
they
the
treat with
problem.
formic over there, and you breathe that in.
Yeah,
Well,
you wouldn't want to do it on treatment. You
Woo.
wouldn't want to do it on treatment.
Those medical guys, they are treatment free on the medical treatment ones that do the medical.
Hey, there's our old buddy right there,
Hey, how y'all doing?
hey,
the computer man
What's up?
himself.
How y'all
Hey,
doing?
how
how we
you,
doing,
buddy?
Lee?
Oh, doing pretty good. Been busy. Got company over, trying to go through bees and doing a little cooking.
How the bees
I
looking,
hear-
Lee?
What about the mead?
It's brewing in the bag. I got about 4 gallons going.
There you go.
Yeah, the bees are a little bit hot today. We hit about
Oh.
110 on the heat index.
Mm.
Yeah, they don't like being full with them when it's that hot, huh?
90s they ain't too bad. Low 90s, but upper 90s, 100, nah, they get aggravated.
I had
you
that air
got to be
conditioner
about,
just right before you ripped the lid off.
Oh yeah, man, that's beautiful.
Larimore,
Oh,
they
you
do
got your
something.
logo on top.
They put the logo in the top.
Blow him up there, John. Well, we can
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
That's cool right there.
Got the inner cover
Yes, sir.
and the frames. It looks like
Yeah,
the real wood on the outside, and then the yellow
Oh,
foundation in the center.
that is
Yes,
beautiful.
Spanky does a fine job with them.
Really
Man. I
He
really
does a
like
real
that.
good job.
Realistic.
And it's got the deep on the bottom, and then the medium super on top.
That's plumb
Nice.
slick right there.
Yeah.
And
Then it got the
and-
little hive stand too.
got
On
the
it
little
stands
figure too,
good.
don't he?
It's got like the little it stays together good, don't it?
Yeah, it's got little pins in it. That way it
Yeah,
don't
little
fly
pins,
apart.
yeah. I like that.
But then it also has a little Boardman feeder that goes on the front.
Yeah, I told Spanky
Yeah,
be
that's
careful. He's
cool
gonna get
right
robbed. He's gonna get robbed out using that, Lee.
Then it has the pollen trap also.
That's
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, he done a good job on it.
Yeah, I think that's the nicest filament one I've seen made. Of
Yeah,
the little.
The
Little
wood
hive.
frame actually looks like wood on it.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. That was one of the first things that really caught my eye, Spanky. That's a good job, buddy. Your attention to detail is impressive.
Yeah, you'll have to open you up a website
Yeah,
and get
yeah,
those out. I'd say a
yeah.
lot of people want them.
Yeah, I'd say you could sell the fire out of those, Spanky. You don't have a site where you can sell them yet?
No, I've been messing around on Etsy, getting that set up and everything.
Get
That's
you an
that
Etsy
pain in the
store and
butt,
a
ain't
website, you could probably do good with it.
Hey, Lee, I got a question for you, buddy.
I might
your
have an
mi-
answer. What you got?
I think you do. I think you always got one. Your microphone.
Yep.
Where'd you get it? If you don't mind
Amazon.
me- Okay, Amazon.
Yeah, it's a Shure MX7 or something like that.
I played music. We used to use the 57s and the 58s.
But it's only XLR connection. This one don't have the USB.
XLR. Oh, okay. You're going into a soundboard,
Yeah, I got a soundboard here.
and that's probably a big reason why it sounds as good as it does, right? And so that way you can kind of crank it up. You don't have to talk as loud.
Yeah.
He's got all the toys
I
on
can
there.
adjust
Yeah.
all the tones in it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just something to play with. I gotta have good toys.
I'm squinting at my cell phone and sitting about 3 foot away here trying
So-
to read
so-
comments.
So to do a budget version of that, Lee, where I would just a budget version do a like a USB connection, but I wouldn't be able to do like the improved audio on it, right?
If you go on USB, they got another one that you can do XLR or USB connection, either one. And that's the Samson U2, QU2 or something like that.
Samsung or Samsung?
Samson.
Okay.
I'll send you a copy of
Oh
everything.
yeah. Hey, thank you, buddy. Yeah, thank you.
And the little Samson, I mean, it's a really inexpensive mic, but it sounds good.
Good deal. And it'll work even without having the extra soundboard and all that. You can
Yeah.
just go straight in the computer. Does
Yeah,
it
you
like
can
come with any kind of software or?
No, it just plugs straight in
Plug-
USB, and you can either plug like your headphones into your computer, or you can plug directly into the bottom of the microphone. It has an audio out port also.
Oh, okay.
That's cool
All
right there, man.
Nice. That is nice, Lee. Yeah, I need to do
Well,
something.
what was you looking up when you decided I'm gonna try to find me? I mean, what do you punch in to look for that apparatus? What do you
I,
call it?
I just look for a podcast mic or live streaming mic.
Yeah, they got little kits that you can buy the whole thing, the mic with the arm and all that, don't they?
Yeah. I bought the arm separate. Then I found this one. It was a little bit heavier duty because this mic I'm using here, it is heavier. So I had to get a bigger boom for it.
I saw them all together before.
Bob, I'm sorry. I'm using my phone for the live stream and I can't answer the telephone, Bob. Sorry, Bubby.
Yeah, mine just ring Bob calling a minute ago. I have to call him
Bob,
back too.
Bob, come on in and talk to us, man. We, hate you didn't
Yeah,
see that link.
pull over.
Lee, did you see? Well, were
leave.
you in there? Did you see me throw the link up?
Which link?
Oh,
Yeah, I saw it.
right after Bob said, "Hey, I got bees. Where's the link?" I posted it, but I was hoping you'd see it.
I see the StreamYard link. That was it.
Yeah. He probably needed me to email it to him or something.
Now, you've been pulling honey, Lee. Are you getting ready to start working on some mite treatments? And
Yeah, my number 4 yard, I finished pulling honey out of it, and I've already done one round of mite treatments on it. I'm going to do
what
5.
are you
I do
using?
them Oxalic acid.
Oxalic, okay.
Yeah, it's too hot down here for like formic or anything like that.
That's
But
what
as
I'm
far as
using.
My OA, I do 5 treatments every 5 days, so basically 25 days worth of treatment.
But all I'm using is the wand.
The one.
Yeah, I'd like to get one of those foggers, but right now that's all I have. But it's time to get them going.
How about
Yeah,
one of the
knock
little
them
Robbies?
down.
There's
Yeah,
one of the
Larabis.
Cadillacs right there.
Yeah,
That's the one I want.
That new cordless one's pretty sweet, isn't it?
it's nice.
Now John's got
It
one
seems to work pretty good too.
that Cayman used to recommend. Who was that by, John?
That Jono's Easy Vat.
John O's Easy Vat.
Jono's Easy Vat. It was one that the guys were buying a few years back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he don't make those anymore, right? Stop that.
Well, yeah. There's Bob. He said he doesn't, but he made me one.
How's it going, Bob?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy. Hey,
Hey,
You're not getting the loop, are you?
No, not yet.
Okay. Man, I had stupid. It was set to top chat. So I was like not seeing anybody chat come across.
The old top cat issue. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a loop now, but that's okay, Bob.
Probably from my Bluetooth.
Pretty good swarm.
Yeah, well, it's just an itty bitty swarm. Construction site. It landed on the temporary power box. They had the doggone switch box wide open, and they kind of just came in there and landed on underneath that little overhang from the lid. So it was a small
warm
one.
in there.
It didn't. It probably put that frame in a blank in a 2-frame box. That's about how big it is.
Yeah. Well, you still got time to grow. You still got time.
But
Well, that's more than
freebies.
genetics.
That's
Free
what I was
bees,
gonna say, free
different
bees.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
You started your mite treatment yet, Bob?
We started a while
Yeah,
back.
I've OA'd them a little while back, but I'm going to pop all this Apivar on them as soon as the weather stabilizes where it's not raining every day or every other day.
Amen.
And try to pop them on that. But hey, you know what? You know that song? I'm not even sure what it's called, but you know where they say, "God makes corn, corn makes whiskey."
That's right.
That's about how it is now. You know, the rain. I'm starting to see like the goldenrod starting to pop up, and
Really?
Already,
yeah,
wow.
we still got some hibiscus, but we got some stuff getting ready to happen as soon as the land dries out a little bit and the sun can stay out for a few days. I think we'll have some good stuff coming, but
I'm
we
hoping
just
we
got to
don't get
roll
too
with the
much.
punches.
Yeah, we
Fall
get too much
flows
rain
not
like we
far out.
did last year, and I mean that goldenrod just got beat down, and it didn't really come up last year for us.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be beautiful here Friday and Saturday, tomorrow and the next day. So I'm hoping to get out and do some stuff tomorrow. Work on some of that stuff I was telling you about, Bob.
Right? Hey, you reckon God knows what He's doing, right? So down here
I know.
it got very hot and we hit a dearth, and then it started to rain. So it might have just been the perfect time for the rain to get ready for the fall plants.
Yeah.
It might
Right.
be, brother. Might be that latter rain bringing in the nutrition.
I
Well,
just
now's when
full faith
people
He knows what He's doing.
Definitely a
do this
blessing.
around the gardening and all that. Now's time for all that. So
But
So
if
it's
you ever get out and just watch how things grow and how the bees and life and everything all just it'll blow your mind. You have to think there has to be a designer behind such perfectness, such awesomeness, you know?
Especially with the
yeah,
honeybees.
well, I don't really believe in coincidence too much, so
Nope.
you know,
Yeah, that would be one big coincidence, would
yep, sure would be, wouldn't it? It's just the Big Bang believer guys. You gotta sit there and scratch your head just a little bit. And you're like, well, so there just happened to be an explosion that just
right.
happened to create an Earth that just happened to give us the right amount of you know chemicals and
Yeah.
bugs and
Yeah. I like how they do
oxygen and
in
everything
the
to make
beginning.
our planet the way it is.
They crack me up with that mess, man. They're talking about in the beginning. I'm like, you can't know what happened in the beginning unless you read the Bible.
That's
How
right.
else
Right.
Now
would you
we
know?
talking about the mite treatments there. I seen that Roy or Larimore and Jim was asking about the OA dribble. I've never tried the OA dribble.
I haven't
Uh,
either.
I
I
do
mean,
haven't
you
never
guys?
used oxalic acid at all. I've never used it. I don't feel like buying $1,000 worth of stuff just to use that
Well,
when
they
I
say the
can.
dribble you just mix it with sugar water, 2 grams to like I forget what the milliliter of sugar water it is,
oh,
and you
But
put
I'm
it
gonna be
on
honest with
spring.
you. As long as my mite count remains zero, I'm not doing anything because I don't have to. If I see the need, I will. But so far, knock on wood and praise the good Lord, I'm pest free right now at this moment, as far as I know.
I always consider I got mites, so because I got in that mess a while back and lost a lot of bees, so I always
Yeah, I
just
stay on
consider
top
I
of it.
have mites and I'm going to do something and plan for fighting.
Now,
I
last year I noticed just a little bit of deformed wing virus in one of my hives, and I hit it pretty hard with oxalic acid for a while, and they
Right, and
ended up
that's a
making
sign of
oh
mites.
yeah,
they made it through, Lee, huh?
they made it through the winter.
Awesome. Oh, that's awesome to hear,
I've seen
man.
a big difference using OA. That they
Wait,
just
wait,
like
wait, 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 wait. Let's go back here a little bit to a guy named Dr. Umberto Cristiani, who on Stream Team Live
What's he a doctor of?
stated he call him Mr. Dr. B. He call him Dr. B. So he is something to do with entomology and all that kind of stuff. So he said that they know for a
I'm gonna
fact
look
that
him up.
the hive beetle also carries the foreign wing virus and all
Oh,
those other diseases that Varroa has, and that it's kissing face with the honeybees and sharing it. So it could have been beetles.
It could have
right.
I'm
been.
just
It's
saying.
possible.
I'm just saying it's a possibility.
I'm
It's not a probability, but it's a possibility.
Right, there's a lot of
and
variables in beekeeping.
from henceforth I will be Dr. Bob, like the Muppets. Dr. Bob, you
Dr.
remember him?
Bob.
Can I be
That's gonna
Dr.
me.
Doolittle?
Dr. Dooley. Dr.
What are
Dooley.
you a doctor of?
I want to be Dr. Doolittle.
Hard doctor.
Hillbilly beekeeping.
Let me tell you what it is. I'll give you the first part, and then you get the rest. They call me.
Doctor Love.
There you go, baby.
But
Yeah.
That's a whole different. That's a whole different YouTube channel, isn't it, Earl?
Yeah, that's that Kiss song. I caught old Bob wearing them Kiss shirts. I know he was into it and would get it.
I was going to Kiss back in the
hey,
70s.
I think I looked him up, Umberto up on LinkedIn or one of those sites, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure his degree is not in beekeeping. Pretty sure.
Well, he openly says it. He hates bees. He dislikes bees.
He doesn't like bees.
Yeah, but life keeps on leading him back to the bees.
How can you be a consultant, fly around the country and tell commercial beekeepers what to do and them listen? How did he get that job? I mean,
Just go
I
study.
know for a fact he's worked with Dr. Jamie Ellis at the University of Florida.
I think. But what's Jamie Ellis's degree in? Biology.
Entomology and nematodology.
I got your answer to that. God willing, that's how.
Amen. God, look, that's right, brother. You're right. But anything to do with bugs falls into entomology, you know. So I guess that makes him the bug expert. And he's also has a degree in nematology. He studies nematodes and bugs, and he's the head of that fire department in Florida.
I realize who you're talking about
again,
now from Three Boys there.
I'm not trying to discount the fact that they know what they're doing. But I think a lot of times we throw out, certified master beekeeper, Dr. So-and-so, like Dr. Leo. Okay, he is a doctor. He's a PhD of forestry. But people will take his word
Exactly right.
like he is a doctor of beekeeping or entomology, and he's not.
Right.
I got a best friend I went to school with, and he's a doctor of psychology.
That's it.
We need to get him on here. We need to
psychology.
we need to get him on here, Earl.
Why would you want him on here? He's just a psychology doctor.
I mean, he might help us figure some stuff out.
Tom mentioned asking about using alcohol washes or Dawn Ultra. I've never used the Dawn Ultra. Have any of you guys?
Nah, I've done the alcohol wash one time. Other than that, I just treated them.
Yeah, most of the time I just treat.
Greg Burns is a big fan of it because he's doing a side-by-side comparison. What was it, 4 or 5 times as many maybe with the Dawn compared to the 90% alcohol?
Yeah, they're seeing better results with Dawn.
The Dawn's more accurate. If I do it again, I'll be using Dawn.
Yeah.
You see that picture I shared?
Hale said you're in the dark, Bob.
Yeah, I'm in my truck.
Oh, look at that. When was that? Was that yours, Spanky?
Yeah, that was let's see.
Oh man,
Either last year or the year before. I got into that drone brood and I saw all those Varroa, and I contacted my state beekeeper and asked him what to use around here.
Yeah, what did you see? You're North Carolina, right, Spanky?
Yeah.
What did he tell you?
He told me several different things.
He said, "Don't forget Dr. Jill Biden, guys." Cajun did.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh my God.
On that one.
Hey,
speaking
of you guys were talking about healing and bees, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So, what if we've been misunderstanding Isaiah 53:5, and with his stripes we are healed? Maybe
it's
he's
the
talking
bee
about
stripes.
the bees.
You might be right there, Bob.
I like it.
I'm pretty sure he meant the cat o' nines, though.
Right. Me too. I'm pretty sure too. But hey.
But some things can have multiple meanings in the Bible.
Right.
There's figurative, physical, spiritual, mental.
That's right. And I like the way Bob
people
sings.
bend the word how they want it, so we'll bend it to the beekeeping.
I like how you
I
think,
like
Bob.
that.
I do too, and I'll remember that every time I get stung now.
I know as far as the healing,
So,
as far as arthritis, I find it works
Oh,
for me. If my hands
me,
go to hurt and I go out there and get stung a few times, I'm good for a week or so.
me too, buddy. I mean, I'm a firm believer. I hadn't done it on purpose yet. I'm messed up with that. You actually did in 60 weeks.
You just went muffled.
You
Oh,
You
went
man.
might be
muffled.
doing that thing again.
You
Okay,
went
what about
full muffled.
what
You're
about
good
now?
now.
Still?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering, Lee, do you like intentionally get stung sometimes? Is it just like act like
I
me?
went out there one time and just shook my hand in front of it and took one sting, but that was the only time. Other than that, it was just moving stuff around. I mean, they're gonna get their little attitude here and there.
Yeah.
I'd say we open us up a chain of clinics all over the United States targeted toward elderly ladies. So we can give them
Botox.
Botox using detox. That's what we're going to call it. Detox.
Detox.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is this Botox? No, this is apitherapy using bees. We're just going to
Yep.
sting your face till all the wrinkles are gone.
Yeah,
Come in twice a week. We take care of your wrinkles.
And we'll even bill your insurance for you, $50 a visit.
Yeah, bring your EpiPen.
Don't worry, we got them on site.
Sign this paper first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
Sign
box
this
right
paper.
here. Each one $1,200.
Hey, got to think outside the box sometimes.
Right.
Think
That's
outside the
right.
hive.
That's right. Hey, Bob, I want to thank you again for getting Randy on that on our very first live stream. That was so cool. He, with my 100
Thank you.
subscriber drawing, he offered to
Yep.
throw that hat in. I mean, excuse me, the T-shirt in. Well, he
Yeah.
sent me back a nice email today. Jody Taylor Outdoor Boys, won that, and I've got the hat and a jar of honey ready to ship out to him, and the Dirt Rooster's gonna get in contact with him about which shirt design he wants. So that worked
Medium.
out. That worked out great. He extra
Yeah.
large. Taylor Boy said
Dirt-
extra large in the email.
He called me today. I talked to Dirt Rooster for a little while.
Yeah. Listen, big girl, tell us about it, Earl.
Yeah, he called me up. We talked a little while. He's a cool dude, man. That's one cool
Man,
cat right there. Turns out me and him about the same height. It's gonna be pretty funny when I meet him. We'll look like two oddballs, I guess. Bob, you have to stand with us. You be an oddball too.
You probably have to
Who else
duct
can
tape
stand
four of
with
you
us?
together, though.
We can get Jim Hamby and Jerome B. for him. Them's two other tall dudes. I think Jim's 6'4".
Then I come stand next to you and you guys can look like giants.
No, we're gonna get Mr. Ed and Cayman to do that.
There you go.
Yeah, I probably got a little on those two guys.
Did I say that out loud again?
I didn't hear nothing.
Hey, I didn't catch the stream team last night. Did Randy show up over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
a good show, man.
Everybody
Yeah.
cat this week. I've had a lot going on, so I
Hey,
apologize.
guess who
Yeah.
won? Bob,
Everybody.
guess who won the prize last night?
Probably Earl.
Yeah, I did. And guess what I did? I give it back to him to do it again.
What was it?
A smoker.
And you're forgetting the most important thing, a diesel fuels only sticker.
Oh, I didn't tell you, but on the phone he told me he was sending me a whole bunch of them.
Oh, cool.
I
Hey,
can't wait to get that.
Thanks for tuning in first time.
I'll be
everybody.
bragging.
Watching.
But listen, I got an important announcement if y'all let me say so. I want to give a special I love you and a thank you to Bob, to John Boyd, Johnny Walker, and also to Daisy's honey, Mr. Steve. You guys have sent me stuff. I appreciate it so much. Bob, he sent me some Swarm Commander and a little bit of, we'll call it honey. And Johnny, that honey you sent me, I classified as the best I've tasted so far.
Oh my goodness.
I classified as my favorite that I've ever eaten. And
Yeah.
that's saying something, Johnny. That's some good honey, baby. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
that.
Thank you. Well, Bob,
And that's not all. Look what
It
else
had a
Johnny gave me.
locust, like a locust taste to me. I thought kind of.
Johnny, give me this too.
yeah.
Oh, is that the police after me?
Yeah. Yeah, hey, it's
Ain't that
rechargeable.
awesome? That
Rechargeable.
thing's awesome, dude. Yeah, I done recharged it once. Old lady tried to take it away from me.
See, now I feel left out. No, I'm just kidding. He sent me
No,
something.
no, no. Tell them what you
Oh,
got, man. You got an Ethernet cable.
Yeah, he
boy,
sent
that
me an
shows you
Ethernet
right.
cable because maybe I can get off this little phone.
And just in case I was to get attacked, help, rape, me too.
Hey,
Oh,
that
not
wasn't the
say
main
that
reason
out
I
loud
bought.
again.
That wasn't the main reason I
I
bought
did.
those flashlights. That was just a bonus. I really needed the red lens. That was what it
You
was.
say you knew a psychiatrist, Bob, that makes
I love you
doctors.
for it, brother. I love you for it, and I thank you for it. And I tell you what, that honey, Daisy sent me a gallon of honey.
Oh,
Dang.
that makes me feel bad, man. I just sent you that little old pound jar, which is little,
No, no,
actually less.
no. Look, look, Daisy's rich. He just got back from Bermuda. Steve's got money.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't feel so bad then.
Yeah.
I got to get in
Hey,
touch with Steve. I want to get some of that meat he got and try it out.
So I
And that
did something
raspberry?
today.
He also sent me this raspberry, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh man, I bet.
The
What was
I
that,
did
Bob?
something today. So the last couple days I've been Ubering during the day, right, for a few
Yeah.
hours. So I started keeping a couple jars of honey right here in my console.
Oh yeah,
sweet.
baby.
And when I get to talking to people, I'm like, yeah, well, I'm a beekeeper normally, but when the weather's kind of bad, I go out and do this. They're like, oh, you make your own honey? I said, yeah, here's some right here. How much is it? $10. Cha-ching! Thank you.
I know that would work.
I should make my Cash App little QR code and stick it to my dash
Yeah,
so they
Yeah,
can just
little
scan
mobile
and pay.
honey.
You could be
It
like
is
an ice
really a
cream man,
mobile-
Bob. You like an ice
mobile
cream
honey
man, right?
stand now.
Play music.
That's
Wait,
right.
Say,
The
how I
honey
pay
man.
you? You say right there on the dash, just take a picture of that QR code and we'll be good to go. You send me the money to that account.
That's
Yeah,
A
awesome.
lot of
Tap it
people
right
got
there.
it on their phone, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Well,
One
talking
of them
to
little nerds, one
what
of
a
them little
sales-
nerds and geeks, they'll get it and go in there and steal all your money.
yeah,
Send me
Bob.
some
I was talking about that
midterm.
mead. I was talking
Yeah.
about that mead
Yeah.
a minute ago. Larimore said it looked like you were enjoying your mead the other day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Bob.
he was.
I saw
I
that,
did share. I did share it with some people,
A little
It didn't
bit.
look
But-
like you was sharing to me. It was like,
Yeah. I didn't see anybody else
but I
drinking
ended
it
up
yet.
with that bottle, so I finished that. You know what? But he didn't. I don't know. His didn't. It didn't bubble, so it didn't. I guess he didn't charge the bottle or whatever.
Well, it wasn't champagne. It was just wine, I guess, like meat, like wine.
Yeah, but even wine has the little bubbles, doesn't it?
Well,
so
usually not when it's finished. Maybe every now and
So
then.
I don't know.
that's why they
I'm
let
not
it
that big
breathe
a
to get it
connoisseur.
out.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
but
know how to
that,
answer DC's question
So-
there, Lee?
but that, hey, that was a special occasion. I know your family was in, and you said you'd been saving it for that.
Yep. Well, I still got a bottle that I saved for me
Oh, cool.
for later. You want to see this
Woo.
tiny swarm?
Yeah, let's see.
30
Yeah, let's see.
people, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Now that
Make
I'm
him
to the house,
big. Make him big, Bubby.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
I don't have an answer for you on that right now, but I'll definitely look that up and get in touch with you for it.
hold on. The whole
Okay, so
thing
he's going to
flipped
look that
over,
up
guys.
for you, DC.
Hold on. I think y'all are still on my Bluetooth. So hold on. I got to shut the
Okay.
truck down.
Okay,
Hear
buddy.
me on my phone?
That's what happened to me the other night.
Yeah, we
The
can hear
whole
you,
thing
Bob.
done flipped over. Hold on.
Awesome.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. There
Yeah.
you are. Yeah, it cleared up, so.
Hold on. You're not on my. The whole. Oh, come on now. Give me some help here, guys. Some help. The
We can hear-
lights out
we
in
can
the
hear-
truck. The
we can hear
lights
you
out in the
good.
yard. Hold on. I can fix
ain't-
this.
It ain't my
I'll
fault
probably
nobody
get stung
sent you a
1,000
lot like they
times when I
did
open
me.
this up because it flipped over in the truck. Let me come over to my little spotlight. There we go.
If Johnny Walker was your buddy, he'd send you a lot, but you don't have one.
Hold on.
Oh, Bob is my
He's
buddy.
a itty bitty one.
He's a big buddy.
You see?
There's still a couple of frames
Oh,
there.
yeah. Not bad, Bob.
You got one frame in there, I see. So,
Yeah, the queen must be in there. Have you caught her already?
yep, throw you a couple more frames in there. Feed her.
I like those little pro nuke boxes.
Hey guys, I'll join back up in from the inside.
Okay,
All
okay,
right.
Bob. Sounds good, buddy.
Howdy,
Okay.
Wayne's honeybees. Howdy, Wayne's honeybees. Howdy, Hales.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Hey, thanks so much for showing up.
Yeah, and we had a first-time viewer, guys. Hawking Honey, I think it was.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, welcome.
We appreciate
Welcome.
you for the first-time viewer there. Hawking Hills Honey Farm. First time watching.
Yeah, I'm about to have to run too. I hear everybody in there getting ready to eat.
All right, Lee.
we
Man, hey,
appreciate
thank
you.
you so much for stopping by, and thanks for showing us Spanky's artwork there. That's awesome.
Oh
That's
yeah,
really
I appreciate y'all letting me come by. And like I said, DC, I'll take a look at that for you and get with you.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Let's see how much bee knowledge you guys have before Lee goes. Where on a honeybee is the pollen press?
The pollen press?
Yes.
Ah,
Chris, I guess on his bottom of his foot when he packs it in his leg.
I don't know how they pack it in there. I figure it's like on the other leg.
Well, where is the oracle?
Do you got a chart? I
In
do
my
good
head.
with pictures.
The article?
Ah.
The oracle?
I'm messing
Hey,
with it a little bit.
Hey, Lee,
Here's how it works.
let's get that link on that one mic, that cheaper mic that I can use with the USB. But anyway,
Okay.
sorry, girl. Sorry.
Sorry, bro. I'm not gonna tell you now. You made me mad. I'm
Hey,
just
Ray,
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
stopping
Listen.
in tonight, man. We appreciate you, brother.
Hey,
Have you
Rick,
ever heard it said?
I'll get with y'all later. Y'all have a good night.
Lee, thank you,
God
man.
bless you, Lee. God bless
Thank
you, Lee.
y'all.
Love you,
God
brother.
bless y'all.
Come back, see us. Rick, good
Yeah,
to see
man.
you, bud.
How's it going, Rick?
Bees have 6
There,
legs.
take it
Right?
off the mute. I'm doing all right.
You want to know?
Yeah.
If you don't want to know, I won't tell you.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, Rick wants to know. Let's hear it.
On their back legs, it starts out with the coxa next to the body. Then it goes into the trochanter. Excuse me,
Hey,
I'm talking.
Hammy wants
Time
multiple
to talk
choice.
here.
Sorry.
It starts out with the coxa, goes to the trochanter, then it'll come down into the femur and the tibia. And where the femur and the tibia connect, it's kind of like a knee, but it's not, because there's an open spot that opens up and closes in that joint, and the bees use it for a pollen press. And on the tip, of its so-called knee, I call it, is a little spot sticking out. And that little spot sticking out is the auricle, and the pollen press is right there. And the hairs just above it on the tibia will be the femur would be the pollen baskets.
Oh, it works like a trash compactor.
Yeah.
They
And the
pack it
middle
in.
legs,
Close. I just had
the
the wrong
middle-
joint.
the middle legs don't have any kind of special purpose, but the front legs have another special purpose, a special joint, just like that one in the back legs. But tell me what it's for. What's the joint on the front legs for? You're right, cleaning antennas.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Hey, Larimore knows where the stinger is.
They clean their antennas with those joints. Oh, y'all gonna make fun of me now? I'm trying to help you. I see how it is. I'm
No,
just a
that's
dumb
hillbilly,
hillbilly.
isn't
I should know that
Information
fancy
overload.
stuff. I'm sorry.
No, that was cool. Earl. That was like trivia, man. Hey, Jim Hamby wanted multiple choice, so that's why I was interrupting you there. I was going to stop.
Oh,
you.
okay.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
Jim
yeah.
Hamby,
Yeah.
how many holes are in a honeybee's main eyeballs? Not the ocella, but the compound eyes on the side. How many
3, right?
individual holes are on each side?
And what's the multiple choice answers, Earl?
A, 1,000. B, 2,500. C, 5,000.
Dang. Either one of those choices is a lot more than I would have thought.
A
What
drone.
about it, Hammy? What about it, Hammy?
A drone has 5,000,
I
and
say answer is C.
Yeah, it's
it's
always C.
2,500.
20.
Yeah.
It's actually B.
Oh, well. I would have failed that test.
5,000 little eyeballs is in a drone, and the workers have 2,500, and yeah.
I hope there's more than one question on this test because me and Rick just failed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just failed too.
Okay. Where in the honeybee is the proboscis located?
Oh, I ought to know this.
Oh, that was too easy. Never mind. Where on the honeybee is the proventriculus?
You're gonna have to get a chart, man. I gotta have a picture.
Let's don't talk about that.
It's got to
Where
be
on the
multiple
honeybee?
choice, man.
Where on the honeybee is the ventriculus?
We've already been through this.
What are the choices? What are the choices, Earl?
Where in the honeybee is the ileum?
And the choices are?
What's the prize?
There you go.
Actually, I've been telling you where they are. I've just been going in sequence from front to back.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
I've got the entire anatomy of a honeybee memorized.
It sounds like it, Earl.
I do.
Cool. Hey,
How many
Spanky,
wax glands? How many wax glands does a honeybee have?
what are my choices, Earl?
4, 6, and 8.
Hamby, hey, I need to phone a friend.
I'd say 6.
Hey,
4.
Hey,
8 is the answer.
hey.
You say it was 4?
I'm a stupid hillbilly.
Yeah, everybody
Look,
knows.
I ain't even got no teeth, man. I'm Earl.
Everybody knows better than that.
Yeah.
I'm a living oxymoron. No, man, Fred Dunn got me into that stuff when he was doing them other guys that way. And so I studied my butt off and I learned it. After all,
that's cool, Earl.
think
That's
about
cool.
it. How can I better help my bee if I understand its anatomy, if I understand how it works? Because when I told you guys the ileum,
Tom got
you
that.
have to go, the food has to go
Tom
through
got
the
it right.
proboscis, down the esophagus,
I'm with Jim.
through the honey gut, through the proventriculus, through the ventriculus, and then it gets back to the ileum, and the ileum is where all the microorganisms for digestion are housed and stored.
Awesome. That would have been a good segment. That would have been that was a whole good segment right there, Earl.
Mine too, Drake.
Here's my thought process on why people become beekeepers.
Why?
It's because they've seen that movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and they've always desired their own Oompa Loompas to make candy for them. So
we
that's why
got
they have
little.
bees.
You may be right, Rick. I'd say just about everybody that keeps bees.
don't
is
He
know.
said I
fine.
have anthropodic lupus in the backyard. You want to go
That's what,
see?
yeah. They're
I'm with Larimore. I just want a little honey too.
Hey, man, and this is another thing I've been thinking about too. If every different age of a bee has a different job, right?
Yeah.
Okay, one of the jobs of the
like an
aging
Oompa
bee
Loompa.
is to make wax.
Yeah. The nurse bees, right?
If you run out of places for it to make wax, what does those bees do? They got to make wax. That's what they do.
Wonky comb.
Well, I don't know if they
Swarm?
just make wax.
Wonky comb, build it on the wood, go up over the
Yeah.
queen excluder, build some up there.
Bear
Me too.
comb.
My point is, they have to build wax.
They
We have
always
to
do.
give them room.
You know, it's like gasoline. I can use if anyone has some gasoline, I can use it.
I'm
I mean, 'cause
thinking
it's
if you had
expensive.
one empty frame in every hive, no matter what, you got your hive all full, time to put an empty in. Because if you're not putting that empty in every now and then, and them girls can't build wax down there, they're going to build it somewhere else. And if they can't build it somewhere else, it could just as well be some type of secondary swarm trigger. Does that make sense? I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah,
If they
that
get
makes
honey
perfect sense.
bound,
That makes
or
perfect sense.
you get honey bound or something like that, I can see that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if they get too much wax built up, they get too much
So
wax.
so what we're saying is, and we all agree on it, we need to provide ample laying space and ample place to build wax, or we're going to lose them. They're going to run. Oh no!
That's
Well,
what I'm trying to do
if you're in the business of
right now.
wax, it'd be a good idea to always keep an empty frame or two in there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because that comb is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, looks like Earl froze up.
No, he ain't froze up. He's just thinking.
Oh, he's sitting rock solid still. Hey, we might have lost you, Earl. Can you hear us, bub? Yeah. But Rick, how you been, buddy?
I've been all right. It's been hot. It's been wet and rainy, and it's making the grass grow. So yeah, I've been busy.
Yeah, I needed to mow today, but I didn't get around to it.
I think it's above mine too, Larimore.
Yeah.
I gotta have pictures. I know I read it sometime. Earl said his phone shut down and he'll be right back.
All right, cool.
I'll
Good
get out
deal.
there with the bush hog if I have to.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Roy, I put in starter strips and I still get a little trouble from drawing me out wax. But I noticed they draw better on a starter like that.
Yeah, I've heard that. I used to use those like the wax, the wax foundation, the real thin sheets, and it seemed like it was always wavy, So I thought I'd go with the plastic, something a little more long lasting. And it seems like it's more of a challenge to get comb drawn.
Well, if it gets hot, it will wave in the hive, and then once it's got that wave, they'll draw right to whatever's there.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah.
Well, I've always used that plastic foundation, and I've never had a problem. But I've always put a heavy coat of wax on it to get them prepped.
Yeah, me too. When I use plastic, I do that.
I've been guilty of being a little too stingy, and I can tell when I go if they're being picky about drawing it. I need to for some reason, I was thinking you get too much, but from what I'm hearing you guys say, you can't really get too much.
Well, Lee says he don't put too much, and he was worried about it. Maybe they don't clean all the wax out of the bottom of the cells. So
yeah.
He mentioned something about it not being actually as good if you put a heavy coat on there.
Yeah, Dry Cut says he likes plastic, and I agree. I think most people do, because once you get your comb, it's going to be a lot more sturdy, isn't it? The more desirable. And less likely to have that waviness to it, right, Houston? So, like you said, I mean, it's not going to wave if it's hot.
If I had it to do over, I would cut the corners out, though.
On the plastic, yeah.
They like having that tunnel to go through there, don't they?
Yeah.
You can still add those in. Just take you a little paddle bit and just punch you a hole in it.
Yeah. There you go.
I've done that before with comb and everything. Just drill right through the comb. And, just make sure you ain't got queen on there. You can shake your beads off or whatever.
Make you a hole.
A routed hole.
Okay, Larimore's wondering what the best pollen supplement is. I think a lot of people use Ultra Bee. That's what I've been using, and it seems to work real well. They won't usually take it unless if there's anything else they can get. It seems.
From Tractor Supply, I forget what brand it was, but
yeah, that's right. Earl can tell us all about that. It's like a goat supplement, right? Is it?
No, not on that. It's an actual pollen sub.
Okay, that's right.
They don't sell like a bulk of it. They sell just like canisters or patties. So if you got a lot of bees, you'd probably want to go with something like Ultra Bee or something where you can buy, you know, a big sack of it.
Yeah. I had a little bit sitting out in the sack last night, just waiting to see if the bees would. But so far, they're finding some pollen somewhere else, and
Hale said
no,
40-pound bags of that. That's what it is.
yeah. But anyway, the wind blew it off of that table, and I noticed my dog was lapping it up this morning. So she likes that pollen stuff.
Yeah, I left the pollen patty outside,
The dog
and
got it.
and then I went out that night, and there was a big ass fat raccoon eating it.
Oh, hey, there's Earl back.
Big
Y'all
fat
make fun of me
raccoon.
while I was gone.
No.
I
We
sure
missed
would
you.
y'all.
Larimore asked, "What's the best pollen substitute?"
We was
Oh,
talking
honey,
about
you have struck a nerve. I don't know
Yeah.
what the best pollen substitute is. There is a man named Randy Oliver that believes he has the perfect pollen substitute called Homebrew, and he has the recipe on his site, or you can watch In the Hive Live with Dr. Umberto Cristiani. When he interviews him, he tells you all about how to make it and stuff. But as a hillbilly, our greatest source of protein and vitamins, amino acids that we know of is goat's milk. And powdered goat's milk is used in our soaps, ain't it, Spanky?
Yeah, because if you use, at least here, if you use it from actual goats, they have to come out and inspect the goats.
And when you wash your hands with it, no matter how callous they are, and I've done it all, boys. I was a mason helper, and it don't get much rougher than a mason helper on your hands.
You're the hard
That stuff,
man.
come home and wash your hands with that, and they turn into butter. It is that awesome. So I decided, since the new kid goat milk replacers are made with whey protein and brewer's yeast and contain all the amino acids and vitamins and trace minerals, I says to myself, Earl, why don't you make a, a sugar like a fondant and add that powdered goat's milk to it? Because it ain't milk. It's the same thing as in most of your pollen patties, which is brewer's yeast, whey protein, or soy protein. It's one or the other. So that's where they're getting their nutrition from. Also, you can take chicory root, and chicory root is a substrate used in these athletic protein bars that adds mass to stuff, gives
How
it the
long does
weight
that
or whatever, and
when you
gives
put
it
it
fiber.
in there? How long will it keep?
Well, in the wintertime, I fed it at the end of November, and it was still good in March. I don't
Cause the
recommend
cool.
feeding it through the summer because it melts and it'll kind of run off. But in above the hive with
See that,
insulated
John?
top and insulated sides in the wintertime, my fondant lasted all. But here's the deal: I flattened my fondant out. I crushed peppermint candy up, pour it all over it like a pizza, and mash it down in it. I flip it over, I repeat, more peppermint crushed candy. I roll it up, and then I put it in my rapid round feeder. I set it on top of my hive, and it doesn't matter if it melts. They can eat it, enjoy it, and have a very high protein, high amino acid, high vitamins, D's, B's, A's, C's. It's unreal. And then, not only that, it contains probiotics. And I was like, well, I wonder if it was the same ones as bees got. Yes, it is. Turns out bees have to be able to break down lactic acid, which contains galactose, which is the same thing that's in our milk. And so, yes, they have the ability to break it down if it's not soured.
I
So I
wonder if you
tried
could
to
use
thin the
those
recipe down and make it into a liquid.
the
But
same probiotics.
in the summertime, you can't feed it because it's just too hot. It just won't work. But in the spring, when they're first starting, oh, you can puff them up. You
I
can
wonder if
puff
you
them
could use
up.
the chicken probiotics like you're talking about. You know how you buy those probiotics in the little bag? I wonder if you can put that in like a feeder and use that on the bees.
I don't know, Bubby. You might have to do what I did and look up what, you know, probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics that's in their body, and then find out if those ones in that stuff you're talking about match like they did in the goat's milk or the powdered goat's milk replacer is what I should call it.
Replacement, goat milk replacement.
Yeah, it's not real goat's milk. It's whey protein and brewer's yeast.
What's the
We all
name
know
of
what that
it?
is. I'll show
When you
you.
go to post it. And that's at Tractor Supply, isn't it?
Kid Bill.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tractor Supply every day.
Yep. While you're
Let me
getting
read
that,
this off to you. Crude
okay, go ahead.
protein, it's up to 23 to 26%. Blowed them pollen patties away, didn't I, Bubby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crude fat, 26%. Crude fiber, 0.15%. Calcium, phosphorus, sodium, copper, selenium, vitamin A, vitamin D3, vitamin E, total microorganisms, Bacillus subtilis, and Entomoxilus, I don't know how to say it.
What?
A source of live, viable, naturally occurring microorganisms. Ingredients: dried whey protein concentrate, dried whey product, animal fat, coconut oil. Now, this is where it gets technical. You need palmitic acid in order to make beeswax because the scientific name for beeswax, if I'm not mistaken, is I can't think of it right now.
You told me it was pomade or something, right, Earl? Palmicide or
Pomade, yeah, something pomade. I see how did it go. I know it, I just can't think of it right now. Myrosil palmitate. So when you got that myrosil palmitate, the palmitate part of it comes from the palmitic acid. It's called palmitic acid because the most abundant source that can be found in nature is in the palm tree. The next thing is human breast milk. 25% of human breast milk is palmitic acid, and so you got to have it. And it's in coconut oil as well. And then you got dried skim milk, lecithin. Lecithin, that's the same stuff that's in Honey Be Healthy. And then you got
just mixer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll right.
Hydrolyzed yeast, brewer's dried yeast, citric acid. It just goes on and on.
That's in regular patties.
And at the end it says diglycerides of edible fats and oils. That's what you need for wax.
Hill Hive says, Dr. Earl, he ain't got no goats, but the point you're trying to make is a good substitute for the pollen, right? That would be a less expensive option.
I'm saying you can make your own pollen patty by making a fondant, and when it says the fondant will call for milk and cream. Take out the milk and cream, replace it with the powdered goat's milk replacer, and you have the most powerful protein, vitamin, amino acid packed pollen sub replacer. And if you think you can top it, read the label and you'll see.
Awesome, what do you call that? Bee crack?
Yeah, bee crack.
I call it bee crack. Yes, sir.
Hey, folks, y'all notice I've shared the screen here. It's DC's Blessed Bees, and he wanted us to see his banner there of his homemade boxes. Really nice, DC. And hey,
thank you, DC. Love that, buddy.
Yeah, go over and subscribe to DC if he wants to. It looks like he hadn't put up that. Correct me if I'm wrong, DC. It doesn't look like you got any videos yet, but if you want subscribers, maybe we can get you a few, buddy.
Hey, I love DC.
Hey, good looking boxes.
Talking.
Yeah,
good looking
boxes and get some videos up there, and we'll help get your subscriber count up.
Yeah, DC's always been there for me, guys.
Yeah, DC's always in the chat and always watches our videos and comments.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
No doubt.
Looking forward to watching your videos and commenting on your content. So.
Yeah,
Did you see that? That popped up in an email that Manlake sent out today. I think somebody's watching Bob and Lee's channel that works over there because remember they were
Well, a lot of
complaining
people's
about
not
the
buying from them,
filters.
I think, so they're looking for customers.
They were complaining about filters going down into the buckets. That's a stand that raises them up,
They're
and
free
they
shipping,
posted
I
that
think,
in a
that's helping them.
promotional email.
awesome.
Hey, that looks good to me because at 6'4", the less bending over I got to do, the better.
Yeah. You know, folks, I can't help but notice I've got YouTube running on another screen and the video quality seems to be really poor. I apologize for that. We're running, I guess the way this works is, you know, since I initiated, even though it's on Houston's channel, I guess it's going through my internet. I'm actually got a LAN cable hooked into the computer here, but I've only got a 10 meg download speed and a 1 meg upload speed. We live way out in the country. DSL's our only option.
Now,
I'm
mine
on.
looks fine, John, so I don't know.
Oh, it does? Oh, good. Okay, yeah, that looks excellent on StreamYard, but when I'm looking at it on YouTube, it looks a little
It
grainy.
looks good on both of mine, Johnny.
Okay. Maybe it's just my Wi-Fi then, probably. I hope, but I'm hoping to get on that that Skynet. What is it? Skynet, I think it's called. It. I'm on the list, you know, for that internet service because we've got is DSL and it's out a lot. And that was another thing I wanted to tell everybody. If we ever get kicked off, it could be my internet that went bad, and I could maybe get us back on my cell phone.
Hi, Rhonda.
But anyway, hey, we're coming up on 2 hours, guys.
Well, I heard something in the comments out there, Red. And I'm sorry if I keep looking off. I'm watching my computer. I can see y'all better.
No, that's cool.
But
when Earl was talking earlier about the pollen patty and the
goat
peppermint, and then taking it and putting it in, rolling it into a roll.
Yeah.
That sounded like a bee candy cane to me.
Yeah, like
candy canes work. Oh, Houston come up with the idea.
Yeah,
Houston
good
said
idea.
He's going to hang them candy canes on his frames instead of working with them old big.
I like
and this year, I'm on rations. We're going to buy all the candy canes we can buy this when they go on sale at the Dollar General for near nothing.
A week after
John, we got a loop coming through your end or something, buddy.
Hey, that's all right, guys. We ain't got but 8 minutes left.
Do
we
what?
can make it.
We got an echo.
There's no loop coming through me. I got everything turned down. I got headset on.
Breaker 1 2. You are one. It ain't me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where it's coming from now. I guess
I know where it's coming from. Sneaky Rick down there. He's pause buttoning us again, ain't he?
Thank you, Rick. Rick's got the mystery loop.
Look at him all laid back.
He
reminds me of one of those guys that he knows the answer, but he won't tell it.
If Rick knew something, it's that way. If we knew it.
There's some stuff I know that I haven't said, so.
Well, hey, let's hear it. Well, we don't have that much time left.
Well, just what I've done in my past. It's nothing that we can use for beekeeping.
Oh, okay.
Although I am thinking about making an electronic type device to monitor the weight and the temperature and the moisture inside the hive.
No, they've already got that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So it's like, why do it?
The what is it?
Brood minder, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to pay an arm and a leg for their scale.
If I was going to buy anything, there's a young girl who come up with a way to monitor the sound of the bees, and you can put that little box in there, and if it hears any of the bad sounds, it'll not only alert you, but it'll tell you what's going on, what's happening. You're about to have a swarm, or you're queenless, or they're sick, or they're happy. This thing has read all the megahertz and all that stuff and figured it out, that noises that they make. Each time there are different things. Yeah, and now it knows. This is a young girl figured this out right out of high school. And now you can buy it. And another company's doing it too. Think they copied her. And all you do is put that little box in there and it monitors just the sound but it can tell
What's
you
the name of that, Earl?
exactly the health of your hive.
You know what? I have found that it's easier to give your ideas away.
Yep.
That way, you'll see them come to fruition. It
Same
won't
here,
be
Rick.
it won't be in your pocket, but at least you'll be able to see.
But don't it
Yeah,
get
I
know,
had
old,
one
Rick,
of those
every day looking up
on
at
a
the
tape
TV
measure
and going, I thought of that years ago.
made
Yeah.
thousands.
Yeah, like those quadcopter flying machines they have that fly around. I had that idea back in '99, I think. Yeah,
I
a
invented
drone.
brushless
Yeah.
motors.
Oh, whenever I started flying radio control
I love
airplanes,
you,
which
Houston.
was back in '88, that's when the military came and talked to us about those aircraft, how to control them. So they've been doing the radio aircraft for a long time.
Awesome. Jim Hamby understands. Sorry, Rick. It's a tall
That's all
boy
right.
thing. I can't tell you.
Yeah, over Atterbury.
I'm
Thank
just
you.
joking,
Yeah.
by the way.
He's
Hey, I
over
got
at
another
Atterbury.
trivia question. I got a question.
Let's hear it.
You ever look at the larvae and notice that stripe down their back?
No,
You never noticed that stripe?
nope.
They got like this
No.
little stripe down them.
I hadn't done any graft or anything yet, but I hadn't noticed a stripe.
Never mind, y'all ain't no fun.
So we don't even qualify to answer the trivia question.
But we do
Well, if you
want
was
to thank
looking at
everybody
wasp and hornets, that
tuned in
stripe's a little
for
more prevalent, and it's actually their heart. Their heart is shaped like a big long
Oh,
water hose with holes in it.
cool.
Wow, that's pretty weird. That's interesting, Earl.
Well, where they got that exoskeleton and all the hemolymph, which is blood and lymphatic fluid mixed together, the hemolymph is all inside the exoskeleton. Well, that long heart tube with all those holes
There you
in it
go.
kind of reminds me of a flute or something, and it constantly sucks in and breathes out that liquid hemolymph and puts it where it needs to go and whatnot. You know, pretty cool.
You can see it in that picture I put up there.
Word.
Share it there, Spanky, so we can see it. Yep, I see it too.
Yeah, there it is. See that stripe? That's the heart and the aortic valve.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
aortic valve stays in the same tube. It just the heart ends and the aortic valve runs all the way to the brain.
Showed a picture of it.
Thank you, Spanky. I love you.
Well,
Thank
I've
you.
only got so many pictures.
Frankie was right there on it. Man.
That's what I'm talking about. Now y'all go to the hive, you'll be like, that's its heart. Ha ha.
I saw that picture a few minutes ago, and you asked if you ever seen it. No, I hadn't seen it.
No, I ain't seen
There
that.
it is. Yeah, you seen it. You just didn't remember it.
Looked at it a million times.
You caught me.
Didn't know what it
Hey,
was.
sir.
I guarantee I'll remember it now, though.
Absolutely, Bubby. That's why we talk about it. So we can
Yeah, that's
share.
right. That's
The
right.
more toolbox, the more we can cram in our toolboxes together, the better beekeepers we're all going to be.
Yeah.
I agree.
Hey,
I
how
agree.
hey, speaking of sharing, how about if I share a bluegrass song?
Yes, sir.
yeah,
That
I'll
time,
sound
ain't it,
good?
Bubby?
It sound good. Yeah, we got
Everybody
a
be
song.
sure
We got a song.
Hey, love all y'all. Thank you for showing up tonight. It warms my heart. I know my buddies feel the same way. Spanky, special guest. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Rick, you're always in our corner supporting us. Thank you, sir.
You bet.
God bless you all.
Everybody be sure to tune in to our buddies on their beat chats coming up next week too. Bob and Lee
That's
and
right.
the Stream Team guys.
Tuesday nights, Stream Team, and Wednesday nights, of course. No, I'm
No,
sorry.
backwards,
Tuesday nights is
sorry.
Bob and Lee. Tuesday Night Live.
Yep.
Tuesday Night Live is Bob and Lee on Tuesdays, and
The
then
B
Stream
Show.
Team's on Wednesdays, and then, of course, we're on Thursday.
That's right. And don't forget, I think Friday, Southwest Ohio, Tim might have a little something coming up Friday evening. Be on the lookout for that. God bless you all. God bless you, bees. I'm going to shut up. I'm out of here. Good night. I love you. God bless.
Hey,
Are you
Hey,
going
here
to
we
join
go.
in on that?
Here we go, boys. We got We got another song from Larry Perkins and the band, the Laid Back Mountain Boys. This is called "Don't Get Weary."
Woo!
All right.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I love,
That
love
was
I
some
love that
mighty
song.
fine picking and singing.
Awesome. Earl's still there. He's just in the background, buddy. But hey, thank
And
y'all. Thank y'all so much. God
got,
bless you.
got
God bless you, peace.
Thank you. God bless you. Tune in
and
next
make
time. We'll be on Johnny's channel next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. He lives in the past, but he'll be there. He can't come to the future. He
Yeah.
has that ability.
Yeah. If you're like me and you live in the past, it'll come on at 7. And then if you even live farther in the past, 6 or maybe even 5.
Jose Uribe's so far in the past, he's like 3 hours away.
Of course, Phil over in Northern Ireland, he's what?
He's
He's
in the
way ahead of.
future.
Yeah, he's
He's in the
5
future. He
up.
thinks, hey, I looked that up where he's from, and
Did
it showed a map of Ireland, and it had the Republic of Ireland, and then it went on up to North Ireland, and then it cut a little section off, and it turned white, like England was white, and it said Northern Ireland. So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened in Brexit when when England decided it didn't want to be owner of all these countries, whatever you want to call it, they separated themselves, and give the republic back after all that sissy fighting, killing, starving, and trash talking and abuse that the Irish people went through of them trying to conquer the land. Now they want to give it back. That's up to them. Ireland loved it, took its chance. Northern Ireland, who was mostly English and loved it, took their chance. Hey, almost everybody's happy because North Ireland is Catholic and South Ireland is Protestant. But
Now you get
Northern
into the
Ireland,
point. So
We need, we
Northern
need to, we need to
Northern
get,
Ireland is mostly Protestant, and that's why Phil don't talk much about that stuff because over here in America, I can say what I want to about it.
yeah,
If you
we,
say it over there, somebody will
right,
show up and burn your damn house down.
yeah.
yeah, he needs,
The Irish Republican Army is not to be played with.
Right.
yeah, we need to get him on some night, guys.
I would love to.
But Spanky,
Phil,
thank you
Phil
again.
from Fermanagh, we want you, buddy.
That's right.
Yeah, you'll have to come
Hey,
on with it.
Good
That's
night.
right. Earl's got multiple degrees, no doubt.
No,
Oh, we call him
Oh,
Dr.
I'm
Earl.
just, a,
Self-taught.
I'm just what they call an autodidactic idiot.
You would test out of a lot of classes, man. Honorary degree.
I'm
Hey,
just old, that's all.
we need to let everybody go, but hey, thank y'all again so
Spanky,
much.
thank you so much, Spanky.
Thank you, Spanky.
Hey,
we're gonna
Spanky,
hang
you
around
got
a minute.
my address?
Yeah, let's hang around a minute and talk to Spanky. But
Hang
hey, good
around
night,
to the
everybody.
after show. Let's talk.
Good night, everybody. Hey, we love y'all. Appreciate y'all. God bless you. God bless your bees.
Thanks,
I'm
guys.
Uncle Earl from Hayside. God
Yeah.
bless.
Hey, next week, Tuesday night, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. See
Yeah,
y'all.
thanks for
Ain't that?
tuning in on my channel tonight, guys.
Yes, sir.